Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to have a class about writing activities. First, I will tell you a little bit about what is the main reason to teach writing, which is to help students express their thoughts through words. Second, we have some factors to consider when teaching writing or when we have writing activities. In this case, the age of the students is very important, so activities according to their age should be taken into account. Interests, students' preferences. In this case, we need important topics, something that really called their attention, and finally the level. So according to the knowledge, in this case, we're going to have beginners, intermediate, and advanced students. We need to have an activity for each one. And finally, the TEFL writing instruction. We have how to instruct the students. In this case, we have copying, doing exercise, guided writing, and free writing. In our activities, we are going to have guided writing, and of course, they are going to do many exercises to practice their writing.
In guided writing, you show the students some samples of different forms of writing, and you tell them that writing is an organized process, and that's what you will be able to see in our video when we show them how to write a paragraph and when we show them how a paragraph is organized in different parts. The writing process consists on certain steps in which we have brainstorming, graphic organizers, a first draft, revising, editing, and final copy. The 6 traits to teach writing are ideas, organization, voice, word choice, sentence fluency, and conventions. And we have some tips about how to teach the 6 traits. We can ask our students to keep a writing folder, or we can train them to see and hear with critical eyes and ears. We can also ask students to assess their own work, and we can ask them to revise their own work.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, teacher. How are you?
Fine.
Thank you. Okay, very good. So, in this class, we're going to learn how to write a letter to our friend. Does anybody know what a letter must have? Okay, Jenny?
Maybe greeting at the beginning.
Okay, a greeting at the beginning. Very good. Someone else? Okay, Amira.
Do I have to include my friend's name?
Yes, you have to include your friend's name because you're writing to someone else. Any other idea, maybe?
Can I talk about my feelings?
Yes, you can talk about your feelings. And here we have an example. Very good, guys. You have very good ideas. So let's read this letter. Hello, dear friend. I am so happy to write this letter to you. I want to tell you that I am in London. This city is beautiful, and the weather here is hot. I hope to see you soon. Okay? Now that we have read this example, we are going to continue with the short activity.
For this activity, you need to imagine that you are in a different place. Can you imagine which place we're going to travel in our imagination?
Paris?
Yes, good job. We are going to move our minds and imagine that we are living now in Paris. So we have friends in different cities. And we're going to write the same letter to our friend, but changing a little bit some specific things that we have here. For example, instead of happy, you can use another synonym. Instead of London, what do you think you should use?
Paris.
Yes. The weather, we have here some clues for you. We're going to change the weather. And finally, you have an option here. You can write the postscript. It means it is not a must, but you can use it. So what you have to write there is something important that you also want to share with your friend. In this case, you can say, for example, here I sent you some pictures. And if you decide to use the postscript, I have here some pictures. So you can use some pictures in your letter, and then we are going to imagine that we are going to send this letter to our friends, okay? So, Jenny, can you please repeat the first thing that we are going to do?
We have to write a letter to our friend, and we have to replace or use other words than the.
Okay, and
Like
Abraham, what is the option that we have?
We can write a
Postscript.
postscript.
Okay. Good job. So I have here the material that you will need for this letter. And also, when you finish,
Okay, so we are going to write a letter to our friend. Please, you need to include the changes that my friend told you. Okay, so start writing your letter. And later on, I'm going to tell you what you have to do, okay? Okay, so have you finished?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Now, does anybody want to include the postscript in the letter?
Yes.
Who wants to include? Okay, I think some of you don't want to do it, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to give you these two small cards, and you're going to paste them in the letter, okay? So, what are we going to do, Jonathan?
Paste the pictures.
Okay, where? Okay, very good. So, let's do it. Are you going to include a postscript?
Maybe one.
Okay. Okay, what about you? Do you want
Yes,
to include
please.
a postscript? Okay, very good. So, you're going to paste the little image in your letter, okay? Okay, now look at what I am going to do. I'm going to take the letter and we are going to put it in an envelope, okay?
you have to do the same thing, okay?
Now,
Once you finish, you do this.
okay, we open the envelope and the letter goes there. Now, if we turn the envelope, what is written here?
Our name.
Okay, it's written, our name is there. Something else, Jenny?
The addressing.
Okay, the name of the person to which we are writing the letter. Okay, so that's what you are going to do in your envelopes.
Once you finish, so we have here a mailbox. So we are going to use this mailbox and you are going to put all your letters here and then this is going to travel to your friends, okay? Once you finish, you can put it here.
Okay, so Janice, what are we going to include in from? The name of the person that writes the letter. Okay, very good. And Amira, in two, we are going to write?
Our friend's name.
Okay, our friend's name. So all your letters should have from, to, and with the names of your friend and your names. Okay?
Yeah. So if everybody finished, okay. Here. Okay guys, it was our first activity. I hope you will enjoy it and thank you so much. Okay guys, for the next activity, I have here a little animal. In this activity you are going to learn how to write a silly animal tale. First, I want you to describe this animal here. Does anybody have an idea what is this? Abraham?
It's a donkey.
It is, but what is different from this donkey? Jania?
It has wings.
Something else?
It has a blue t-shirt.
Yes, and also he has his name right here. Okay, so we're going to use this animal in order to write a description like this. Here you have an example. I'm going to read it. We use this example with this animal, okay? It says, there once was a great donkey from Italy. The donkey was weird because he had wings and ate 3 apples each day. He liked to jump and sing Thriller. Whenever he was bored, he will start speaking Russian. Then he will feel relaxed. Now we're going to have an activity similar to this one that my friend is going to explain.
Okay, so now that you have read this description, I am going to give you some play. And with this piece of clay, what you have to do is you have to create an animal by your hand, okay? This animal has to be weird, okay? So you're going to include some characteristics that I'm going to give you. Choose the color that you prefer. Any color. Okay? After you create the animal with some clay, you are going to describe your animal. You're going to describe your animal in the worksheet that I am going to give you. Okay? Now, while you do that, you can include any of these words. Okay? So your animal has to have these 4 characteristics that I am going to paste on the board. Okay? The first one is feathers. So maybe if you're creating, for example, a cat, you can include feathers with your cat. So that animal is going to be weird. Okay? You can also include fur. For example, if you are creating, I don't know, fish or something like that. Okay? The next word is fangs. Okay? You can create that. And the last one is horns. Yes, Jenny?
I have a question. Do we have to include all the 4?
No, you have to include only one. Okay? But first, you are going to create your animal with your clay.
A
Okay?
normal one.
I'm sorry?
A normal animal.
Yeah, a normal animal, and then you include any of these 4 characteristics. Okay?
Also, you can invent an animal if you want. You can give your animal a name and whatever you want.
Okay, so Amira, what are we going to include in the animal?
Different characteristics.
Okay, different characteristics. What type of characteristics that you?
Probably feathers, or horns, or fangs.
Okay, very good. So start creating your animal. If you have any question, you can tell me. Okay? Maybe later we're going to maybe do an activity. But yes, I have.
Good job.
Okay. Very good. I see that you have very good tests with your work. Okay. Did everybody finish?
Yes.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to choose an owner for this animal. So choose one from this bag. Okay, so that's going to be the owner of this pet. Okay. Okay, choose one. Okay, choose one. Okay, you. His name is Jacob. Okay. And the last one here. Okay, so now we're going to do an activity, and later I'm going to tell you what you have to do with these toys, okay?
Okay. Guys, for this activity here, you need to include the information that is asked in each line. You need to complete everything. It's exactly the same thing that we have here, but you're going to use the information of your animal, okay? So, start writing. You can ask some questions if you don't understand something.
Do you have any question, Mimi?
Every hand, please.
Everything correct?
Take out your stuff. You need to remember that the information here, we have 3 apples, but you can invent also what your animal eats. It's not necessary what commonly eat, but something like whatever you want.
So everything could be
Yes.
silly and weird.
Yes,
It has to be
because
silly.
here we have 3 apples, but you can have like the number and a different fruit.
Could you check? Maybe?
Yeah, we're going to
Later
check.
we'll check.
Yes. Did everybody finish?
Yes.
Okay. So now we're going to receive your activities, And what we're going to do next is to exchange all of them. So you will have a different one from yours. And you need to read, and we're going to try to guess who's the owner. Okay, so when you read it, you need to imagine who is the owner. So here we have 6 different owners. So now you're going to try to guess which one is the owner of your activity, okay?
Okay, so for that we're going to use special names for these toys. So he is going to be called Jack Sparrow, okay? He is going to be Harry Potter. You are going to be El Chavo. You are going to be Chapulín Colorado. You are going to be Jaden. And you're going to be Flash, okay?
So Jenny, what are you going to do now?
We're going to read this and guess who's the owner of this animal. So
Okay.
we're going to name the owner with the words or with the names of the figures.
Okay, Jonathan, what's the name of your owner?
Is it Chavo?
Okay, so do I have a volunteer
To guess?
to read your activity first? Okay, Jenny?
There once was a purple duck rabbit from Germany. The duck rabbit was weird because he had fangs and ate 2 hamburgers each day. He liked to eat and sing Edge of Glory. Whenever he was sad, he would start speaking Japanese. Then he would feel happy. I think the owner is Harry Potter.
Is it Harry Potter? Yes, it is. Good job, Jenny.
Any other volunteer maybe? Okay, Dario?
There once was a big pig from Egypt. The pig was weird because he has horns and ate 4 pears each day. He liked to fly and sing Lost Boy. Whenever he was sad, he would start speaking German. Then he would feel happy.
Okay, so can you guess who the owner is?
I think he's jaded.
Okay, it is Jack. Very good. Someone else? Okay, Janice?
There once was a white snake from Italy. The snake was weird because he had horns and ate 991 apples each day. He liked to sing Hey Jude. Whenever he was sad, he will start speaking Icho. Then he will feel happy.
Okay, so can you guess who the owner is? Chavo del Ocho, okay? The snake that speaks Quechua. Very good. Someone else? Could you?
There once was an orange fish from Germany. The fish was weird because he had feathers and ate 150 bananas each day. He liked to cook and sing Waka Waka whenever he was anxious. And he will start speaking Mandarin, then he will feel happy.
Okay, so can you guess?
I think that is Chapulín Colorado.
Chapulín Colorado. Okay. Okay, who is missing? Okay, Abraham?
Okay. There once was a yellow cat from China. The cat was weird because he had horns and ate 4 carrots each day. He liked to write letters and sing Shape of You. Whenever he was sad, he will start speaking Spanish, then he will feel happy. I think the owner is Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow. Okay, is it Jack Sparrow?
Yes.
Okay, and the last one, Jonathan?
And there once was a brown octopus from Spain. The octopus was weird because he had feathers and ate 5 pears each day. He liked to dance and sing Nothing on You. Whenever he was angry, he would start speaking French. Then he would feel happy.
Okay.
He is Flash.
Okay, is it?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Good job. Guys, this is all for our activity. Thank you so much.
Okay guys, now that you're an advanced group, you are going to learn how to write a complete paragraph, okay? But to do this, we first need a structure, okay? So can anybody answer what a paragraph must have in the structure? Something very important, okay, Amira?
Does it have to have topic sentence?
Okay, we need a topic sentence. It's the most important part of our paragraph. Something else, maybe? Abraham?
Maybe some ideas.
Some ideas, okay, very good. After the topic sentence, we need some ideas for our paragraph. So in this case, we are forming a very nice ice cream that is going to represent how a paragraph is constructed, okay? So in this case, for example, we are going to have 3 ideas, yeah? Now that we have the topic sentence and 3 ideas, we need one more thing. Jania?
A conclusion, maybe?
Okay, we need a conclusion. Very good. And that's going to be the base of our ice cream. Yeah? Now, I am going to give you a model because based on that model, you're going to write a paragraph. Okay? So, the first thing, the cherry, what does the cherry represent?
Topic sentence.
Okay, the topic sentence. Very good. So, let's find a topic sentence for this paragraph. I'm going to paste it here and I'm going to read it. Ernest was a 40-year-old criminal that killed many people. Okay, that's going to be the topic sentence. Now we need the first idea. So, the first idea that we are going to use for this paragraph is the following. He was a Chinese man with black hair and brown eyes. That's going to be our first idea. The second one is going to be the following. In his first crime, he killed his beautiful girl because she cheated on him. Okay? And the last one is going to be he killed her in the bedroom and he used a knife to do it. And the last thing, what is going to be the last thing?
Conclusion.
That conclusion. Very good. In total, Ernest killed 10 people before going to jail.
Okay, so can you guess the topic of this class? Abraham?
Crime or criminals?
Criminals? Okay, that's a good idea. So now we have different information for you. In this case, you're going to have a similar structure, but we're going to give you specific information of different serial killers. Okay? So Josue is going to give you the information that you need in order to make this paragraph.
Okay, you're going to choose one
You
card.
have here the papers. Sorry. You will need this in order to write your paragraph. Now you have the pictures of the killers. All of them are different. So you can think about how to connect this paragraph and remember that it has to have this structure. Exactly the same, but with the information that you have in your little cards. For this activity, you will have a rubric. The rubric is in the other side of your activity. You can check them. So this is how you're going to be graded after you write your paragraph. So please pay attention to what the rubric says because this is the points that we're going to take into account when we will grade your activities, okay? So now you can start writing it.
Do you have any questions? Tell me. Yes, so you can write that in his first crime, and then you continue with this. But you need to include information that is here. Yes, with information of this criminal, you rewrite it here. Remember the structure of the paragraph. You can find it in the ice cream that is on the board. Okay? Now that you have finished, we are going to check this activity. And to do that, we are going to paste the pictures of the criminals. Okay? Then, after that, one by one, you are going to read the paragraph that you wrote about the criminal, and everybody is going to guess who the criminal is, okay? So, Amira, could you tell us please what we're going to do?
We're going to try to guess who is the person.
Okay, and Jonathan, who is going to guess?
Who is the criminal?
Okay, who the criminal is, very good. Do I have any volunteer to read your paragraph? Okay, let's start with Abraham.
Okay, Margaret was a 35-year-old criminal that killed her own baby. She was Irish and she had red hair and black eyes. She killed her baby because she had postpartum depression. She killed her baby in the bathroom and she used a pair of scissors to do it. In total, she killed 3 people before going to jail.
Okay, very good. You have respected the structure of the paragraph. So now, everybody, who is the killer?
What was the name of her? Markers.
Margaret.
The girl up there, maybe? Because it's the only with red hair.
This one? Because of what?
Because of the red hair.
Okay, because of the red hair. Very good. So, Abraham, is this your criminal?
Yes, she is.
Okay, very good. So you're going to have the picture. Anybody else? Okay, Jania?
Matthew was a 52-year-old criminal that killed 2 people. He was a bold Frenchman with green eyes. In his first crime, he killed his brother because he wanted his wife. He killed him in the basement and used, I don't know how you pronounce that word.
Okay, tell me. Yes?
This one?
Which word? And he used machete, you can say.
A machete to do it. In total, Matthew killed 2 people because he murdered somebody else before getting caught.
Okay, so very good. Again, you have respected the structure. So, who is the killer?
I think that is
Which one? Here?
Why? What do you think?
Okay, she says this.
Yes.
Okay, it's the only one.
Very
Good
good.
job.
Good job. Anybody else to read the paragraph? Okay, Dario?
Thomas was a 17-year-old criminal that killed many people. He was an African man with black hair and brown eyes. In his first crime, he killed his teacher because she was mean with him. He killed her in the woods and he used a hammer to do it. In total, Thomas killed 5 people before going to jail.
Okay, very good. So, who is the killer?
Who's Thomas?
The last
Which one?
up.
Here?
At the top.
Okay. Why?
Because
Because?
he's the only African man.
Okay, very good. So that is the description. Please, your paragraph.
Cameron was a 22-year-old criminal that killed many people. He was a British man with brown hair and black eyes. In his first crime, he killed an unknown man because he wanted to rob him. He killed him in the park, and he used a gun to do it. In total, Cameron killed 4 people before going to jail.
Okay, so who do you think is?
Is the man at the down the old lady?
Is this your killer?
Yes.
Another volunteer? Jonathan?
Joanne was a 88-year-old criminal that killed many people. She was an American woman with blonde hair and black eyes. In her first crime, she killed her boss because he wanted to fire her. She killed his in the boss office, and she used a poisonous dye to do it. In total, Joanne killed 7 people before going to jail.
Okay, so who do you think is the killer? Who do you think is the killer? That one or this one?
The one on the left.
This one, yes. Very good. And the last one, please.
Sarah was a 75 years old criminal that killed many people. She was a dirty woman with white hair and brown eyes in 50 Street. She killed her grandson because she wanted his money. She killed her in the living room and she used the lock on his head. In total, Sarah killed 8 people before going to jail.
So that's her.
That is your crime. Yeah. Okay, very good, guys. So now I need to receive, please, the papers because we are going to break. And that will be it for today. Okay? Thank you very much.